himself, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains, but trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech Coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech Coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Today is Monday, November 18th, 2024. Just a few days left in November, but we are at it again. It is Monday morning. Yes, I am Tech Coach Ralph. We are Engineered to Win. This is the Coffee and Kata show. I have my cup of coffee with me. We have our news articles to review, and we are doing a slight pivot, last minute pivot for what we're going to be working on technically today. We're supposed to be working on the testing of the time cost calculator, writing our widget apps. However, my guy Don sent me a repo that I guess he created. And whenever Don sends me a repo, we drop everything. We stop the presses and we say, let's see what this repo is about. It looks really, really cool. It's called Hacker Bait. We're going to review that and we'll see. We'll try to set it up as well to see. We're going to go through the README, try to set it up with Docker, see what that's all about, and then we shall go from there. All right. Let me see. What's this? Cool. All right. So let's get to it. So before we go any further, do me a big favor. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know every time they go live and drop new content, as well as go to techcoachralph.dev where we have exclusive content, exclusive technical content, career content, so that it can help you level up. Sprint reviews. I'm going to be uploading another one this week, along with, I'm going to probably separate it, but a presentation that one of my tech barbarians did, who is in the mortgage company doing, in the mortgage industry doing help desk. And she said that learning a lot more about mortgage helps her with her job as a help desk person, because she actually understands what the agents are requesting of her. So I'm going to clip that up as well, make it available in the Patreon maybe next week, so that you guys can have some insight in the mortgage game as well. All right, from someone who is now in the mortgage field as a help desk person, like what helped them to be able to do their job better. Right. So that's at techcoachralph.dev. Sign up today. Okay. We are going to get into our news stories. We have the numbers to review, some additional stories, and then we're going to get into looking at this repo from Don. All right. Let's get to it. So let's go. this a bit. Okay, so the numbers to watch for this week. Let's put up our 2-minute timer. So October's better than expected retail sales report last week helped offer some reassurance about the state of the economy in the fourth quarter. We'll get another look at the health of consumers this week with the University of Michigan's monthly consumer sentiment index, pretty much how people are feeling about the current state and the future state of the economy. We'll also see the government's report on initial jobless claims. An estimated 220,000 people filed for unemployment benefits for the first time last week, up slightly from 217,000 in the previous week, the lowest level since May. And it's like this initial jobless claim. If you join us on Saturday mornings, it really fluctuates. A few weeks ago, it was up to like 250,000, and then it would drop down to 217,000, and then it just all over the place. It's very sporadic, right? So what do we have for this week? Tuesday, November 19th, the U.S. Census Bureau will release key housing market indicators, including the number of new single-family homes sold and the number of new building permits issued by the government in October. Thursday, November 21st, the U.S. Department of Labor will release its initial jobless claims for the previous week. The report, a proxy for layoffs, tracks the number of people filing for unemployment benefits. And we have the National Association of Realtors releasing its monthly report measuring the number of existing homes sold in October. And then Friday, November 22nd, the University of Michigan will release its reading of November's Consumer Sentiment Index, which measures how Americans are feeling about the current and the future state of the economy. So we have about 4 data points that we're going to be reviewing this coming Saturday. So looking forward to seeing you there. Looking forward to seeing you on Thursday night. So while we continue to build out our Urban Dictionary of Economic Data, we're going to continue working on the UI on Thursday, have some additional ideas to make it look better.
Move on.
All right. So that is our numbers that we're going to be watching for the week. Let's continue. So this one says overtime pay expansion struck down. What? So let's see what this is all about. A federal judge has blocked a rule that would have made 4 million more U.S. workers eligible to receive overtime pay. Employers don't have to pay a premium to most salaried workers who work more than 40 hours a week unless their earnings are below a certain income threshold. The qualifying annual salary has increased to $43,888 as of July 1st and was set to go up to $58,665 next year. Now it will revert to the previous levels of $35,568. Business groups argue that the Labor Department improperly based eligibility on wages rather than on job duties. Interesting. Let me get up. So if I'm understanding correctly here, it's saying that they were trying to get it up to 58,656 next year. It was increased to 43,888, so about 44,000. But the federal judge reversed it back to 35,000, and that is because the business group said that they based the eligibility on the amount of money rather than the actual roles and responsibilities of the employee. But how do you break down? That's a strange one. How do you break down it based on the job duties? Because what job duties are eligible for overtime pay versus what job duties are not eligible for overtime pay?
Okay, let's move on.
Interesting. Let me say what's up to my guy in the building. What's up, your car? How are you doing? Good morning to you, Mr. Technique in the building.
I appreciate you.
And your car says, let's do it to Don's repo, hacker bait. And it has a really cool graphic, the way he spells it. I think you're gonna love it, your car. But we'll break it down as we get there. Let's continue on with the next one. Favoritism at work can get you sued. Whoa, wowzers. So, is favoritism at work legal? That's the question at the heart of Starling versus General Motors, in which a black employee accuses his supervisor of favoring a white colleague. Though the case is yet to be heard by a jury, it should serve as an important reminder to employers. Two Wood Rogers attorneys wrote in HR Dive. Favoritism is legal if based on performance, but it isn't lawful if based on protected factors such as race, age, or gender. Well, duh. To avoid lawsuits, the lawyer advised good record keeping, transparency, and for companies to tackle favoritism complaints like they would investigate harassment or discrimination. That's a bit interesting. I guess the first question that the defense would ask is, what makes you think that it's because of your skin color and not your performance? And when it gets based on performance, performance can be so tricky to measure. Performance can be so tricky to measure because um, you can have one person doing it one way that someone likes, and one person doing it another way that someone doesn't like, or like the super that doesn't like. And now it's saying, okay, well, they have better performance, and now you can say, well, I'd rather this person do this job because they do it the way that I like. Now that means that the performance is quote unquote better than the other one because they do it the way that's preferred. So it's interesting. Let me see. Your car says you can hire someone and they have multiple positions but the same salary.
Okay, let's move on.
Uh, is that in regards to the overtime pay? Your car about the same have multiple positions but the same salary? Because yeah, I mean you can, let's say you have I don't know, a QA engineer, a software engineer, a DevOps engineer, and they all getting paid 50K. Their responsibilities would be different. Would you say that one of them would be qualified for overtime and one of them would be and not be qualified for overtime? Um, so just like based on the job duties, and but then it's like the government would have to say, okay, which one of these job duties would have to be qualified for overtime, and which one of these jobs? I don't know. I just think it's like if the government is saying what responsibilities qualify for overtime, that could get a little bit messy. But I don't know. And your question, that's to the previous. Yep, I got that. All right, so let's get to the last one, and then we're gonna get into our repo. 60 million view Netflix fight amid the glitches. And there were a lot of glitches. It was buffering like crazy. I had to like restart Netflix like a few times, right? So Netflix high profile fight between Mike Tyson and Jake Paul attracted viewers from 60 million households worldwide, not to mention the people who are double dipping on their Netflix subscription, according to the company, but it grappled with technical problems that prevented some users from watching. Down Detector reported more than 500,000 outages during the Friday night broadcast, starting before the main event. During the main event, though, I think it was pretty solid, for me at least. Netflix, with 283 million subscribers, said viewership peaked at 65 million concurrent streams. The glitch raises concerns for Netflix's upcoming NFL game on Christmas Day. The Verge notes the setback comes as more sports leagues announce deals with streaming companies to expand their fan bases. So honestly, as with all due respect, as bad as the boxing match was between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, regardless of what anybody says, how wonderful they think it was, and Mike Tyson survived against Jake Paul in the ring, yada yada yada, whatever, right? Um, I think that it was more of a load test. It was a load test that Netflix was doing in order to see how many like how they need to upgrade their servers and their performance, their concurrent streams, in order to in order to be able to handle a big amount of traffic watching one stream, right? Because I didn't like. I mean, I don't really watch Netflix much. I got it for free through T-Mobile,
Okay, let's move on.
so I don't really care. But I'm just saying like they're probably using that as a performance test to see, okay, if we can get X amount of people streaming, what is going to be our performance degradation, and then use that to be able to up their servers during what they expect to be high peak. So such as if Netflix is going to be having NFL games on Christmas Day, they're probably going to have to boost their server load because it's one thing if you can't watch 58-year-old Mike Tyson fighting 27-year-old Jake Paul for 8 2-minute rounds, right? But if you take NFL football away from people on Christmas Day, it is over, all right? And then Netflix is gonna hear,
Do not come.
right? Just saying. I'm just saying. So that is it for today. All right, let's go to the chat real quick. Your car says it should have been on X. Well, it could have, but I don't know if X. And the thing is with doing it on X as well is that I don't think there is a TV app for X where people can actually watch it on TV. People would have to watch it like on their phone or on a computer, while you could watch it on when watching it on Netflix, you could watch it on TV. You could stream it on TV. Scripted like a language model. That's funny. Let's throw up. Your car says load test. They knew it was coming. It wasn't load test. It was a failure. Of course, it was a failure. But what I'm saying is that it's an opportunity for a quote unquote useless event. That it's more of a hype event that there's nothing that really came out of that, right? So it's an indicator, not that they were using it for a load test, but it's still a good load test that they can ramp up their servers, because if they expect to get more than 65 million people on Christmas for NFL football, especially for watching the same exact stream, that lets them know that they currently can't handle it and they're going to have to do something. Because I would say as a customer, I would rather get issues buffering for the useless Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight instead of football on Christmas Day, right? If I was an avid football fan who has a Netflix subscription that I'm actually paying for, don't mess up my football, right? I'm just saying, don't mess up my football. We have Alexis in the building, says good morning. Good morning to you, Alexis. How are you doing today?
We the best.
And your car says Ralph is the spin doctor. I do not own a Peloton. Let's see. And Mitch says over. What does over mean? Says it's called X or Twitter. Oh, they have one. I didn't know that. I didn't know they had one. I consider me wrong. All right. Says, okay, I thought you were saying they planned for a $60 million load test. No, 60 million people. No, I have no idea how much this whole thing cost. No, I was just saying, like, if they were planning for a load test of if they can have, like, how many people would be peaking watching the Tyson fight, and I'm guessing they'll probably get more people on Christmas Day watching NFL football, so they better have it right by then. That's all. They better have it right by then, right? Anyways, that is it. Good morning, Mitch. How are you doing today, Mitch? I got thrown off by your comment of over, but I have to say good morning to my bestest friend in the whole wide world. Shake your mate. Hopefully you had an amazing yesterday, an amazing night. 20 million is what Mike. Yeah. Mike Tyson make 20 million. They said, when I saw for Jake Paul, they said he would be making between 20 and 40 million. 40 million is what Logan made. Jake made what Jake made. But yeah. Cool. So let's dive into this repository that my friend Don sent me. Let's go over to, I'll throw up a 20 minutes as well.
Let's go!
And we're gonna go over to here. So this repo was sent to me by Don, and about it, a mischievously designed high-tech honeypot API built to lure, confuse, and troll cyber intruders. I like how that sounds. With the blend of structured, color-coded logging, randomized responses, and playful headers, Hackser Bait keeps hackers guessing while providing you with valuable insight. So it sounds cool. Let's read into it a little bit. So this is a pretty cool graphic over here. A lot of details in this picture, I must say. So, all right, we got that. So, so that's who's so annoying. All right, let's see. So why does this Hackser bait exist? So a masterpiece of deception. Cybersecurity isn't just about protection. It's about distraction and disruption. Anybody ever thought about that? Cybersecurity is not just about protection. It's also about distraction and disruption. You know? It's about, the head fake. When Mitch is trying to have us catch these hands, it's not about just protecting, but how do we distract and disrupt, right? So, I don't even know how to say this. I need to have a readout on how to actually say this, but let's just go with hacker bait, right? Brings this philosophy to life, turning your API into an enticing neon glowing trap that makes attackers question reality. Whether it's tricking them with hilarious status codes or keeping them busy with comical API responses, this honeypot serves as your silent guardian and digital prankster. The philosophy behind it: confuse and conquer. Why just block intruders when you can confuse them? Hacker bait is designed to keep hackers guessing with a randomized mix of HTTP status codes and unexpected witty messages. Observe and learn by logging interactions with hacker bait. You gain valuable insights into attack patterns and malicious behavior, all while staying one step ahead. Defend with humor. Sometimes a good laugh is the best form of defense. This API delivers humor-packed headers and responses, making attackers wonder if they stumbled into a hacker's version of a comedy club. Let's throw a laugh track for that one. All right, so randomized status codes, a grab bag of HTTP status codes from the ordinary 200 OK to the absurd 418 I'm a teapot. I never knew 418 was I'm a teapot. I'm going to throw that in somewhere. Keeping attackers thoroughly perplexed. Comical responses. Each endpoint returns randomized, tongue-in-cheek message designed to waste the attacker's time and tickle their funny bone. Trolly headers, misleading, hilarious HTTP headers like X server OS, Windows 95, and X encryption, ROT 13, just kidding, or are we? DDoS defense, built-in rate limiting powered by Redis to keep your infrastructure safe from overzealous traffic. Dockerized deployment, spin up hacker bait effortlessly with Docker and Docker Compose. So we already had, prerequisites having Docker and Docker Compose installed on your machine. And so this is what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. So let's get started. Let's stop reading and let's get started, right? Let's go to let's get to work on this. So let's go over here and let's clear this out. And your car asks, who's pulling off in the V8? That is, I guess, the neighbor's nephew or something. He was gone for a while, but he apparently he's back. Apparently he's back with his Dodge Charger. Yeah. So people going crazy with AI graphics. Hey, you know how we do. You know how we do. All right. So all right. And Mitch, I see your comment. I'm gonna check it. But let's continue working on this first. All right. So we are going to do, let me copy Let's go to let me see. What folder should I put this in? It's a Go project. Let's just do mkdir. Copy left dev. And let's go here, and we're gonna go to git clone. Oops. Let's just do Control C. Git clone. All right, now we're gonna go cd h4, and we're just gonna do docker compose up and build. So it's using Redis, and it's built in Go. We haven't explored Go yet. So it's running on port 8080. All right, cool. So it's up and running. Now let's go back to here to see what we need to do. Let's see. So what makes it special? So it's a modular design. It's built with modularity in mind. Customizing responses, headers, or status codes is as easy as editing a separate, well-organized file. Want to add your own flavor of humor? Go for it. Deceptive yet insightful. This honeypot isn't just about misleading attackers. It's also a tool for research. Use the logged interactions to study attack vectors, understand malicious behavior, and fortify your defenses. All right. So how it, we got that. Let's where else will you find an API that throws out headers like X powered by Black Magic version 1.0 and returns message like this endpoint is currently on vacation. Please leave a message after the beep. Hey, Yakar, this sounds like a message you would put in the chat. All right, how it works. Rate limiting. Defend against DDoS attacks by limiting the number of requests per IP using Redis. Context-based timeouts efficiently free up resources with timeouts to handle high traffic load gracefully. Dynamic responses. Each endpoint is designed to behave unpredictably with random delays, status codes, and witty responses. Let's see. So let's go and throw up let's give it a try. Right? So if we go to HTTP localhost 8080, I don't know. Let's just throw something out there. So we have a not found. What are I don't see the endpoints though. Let's try it again. Let's see if we do it again, what we get. Yeah, all right. So we get not found. Let's take a look at responses. So there goes the different responses. But let's see how we can find let's see if we can find the endpoints though. Try a post. All right, so that's still not found. Status codes. We have a bunch of different status codes. Let's see. All right. Logging. Let's see. All right, API v1. So let's try that. We'll probably have to add in the documentation what's the actual endpoints. Let's try this one out. 308 permanent redirect. Let's try a get request. Hi, okay, we got one. We got one. So 406 not acceptable. Data, nothing, nope, nothing valuable here. Move along. This is fake data generated for API v1. Your IP has been logged for security auditing purposes, so that's pretty cool. Let's see what else we have in here. Let's send it again, see if we get something else. This time it went through, and it says endpoint. Fun fact: this API drinks more coffee than you do. No, it doesn't. I'm have my cup of coffee right here, right now, right? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let me see. What's up, Rod Brown? How you doing? We're just looking through this repo that my guy Don Johnson sent me. That I guess he created it. Let me see. Yep, copyleft dev. He created it. So looking around that, playing with it. So what this repo does is it's supposed to be like a trap for hackers to confuse them. So when I send them this, let me see, send another one. Error 6. So it gives you a random response code, status code, and a random error message. So like, look at this, status success, right? But it says 404 not found, and the error message is error 666. The demons of the API are not impressed by your intrusion. What? So we're just exploring this. Pretty cool. I actually like it. Server. Oh, let's take a look at the headers. Spaghetti code 2.0. No pointer exception. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This API was built during a 48-hour coding binge, written in ancient ruins. Rot 13. X encryption key lost and never found. This API won a staring contest with a database once. Imagine that, you know. A team of overworked, maintained by a team of overworked squirrels. Do it for peanut, right? Do it for peanut, all right? Let's see. X reality suspended until further notice. Let's see. So now if we, let me see, let's try a post. Let's see if we can do anything with the post. 300 multiple choices. Congratulations, you discovered a hidden feature. Absolutely nothing. Success. Let's see. I probably wouldn't, like, in order to actually like mess with people trying to hack into it. I probably would like just not put this data and have this logged in the backend or in the database, but and not even put the endpoint. Just have the message or you have a success message, and then you have 300 response code. Let me see. Your car says, I get it, but once they know, they'll just mask and the penetrator will bridge over the API. Possibly. They just work backwards and re-engineers to bypass. Let's see. Your call cannot be completed. Please, please check the web address and down again. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. Let's see. It gives false positives to potential hackers. Yep. Super cool. Let me see. All right, let's try a different. Let's try a put. All right. And let's say we do I mean, I don't know, let's say I don't know. Let's go with that. 429, too many requests. Message, data leakage detected. Just kidding. The only thing leaking is sarcasm. Oh my goodness, this is too funny. Let's go to a delete and let's give a random endpoint of says yeah, get rid of the get rid of the endpoint. Yeah, so I'd definitely get rid of that. Well, I would get rid of it in the response, but I would log it in the wherever the logging is happening in order to like collect the data. So maybe if it's logging it in Redis, so that I can review where hackers are trying to come in, but I don't want to have that on the endpoint itself. I mean on the response itself, because I think that's just giving too much information, and it's going to let them know that something is up with this. Um, let's go to um cars, whatever. Let's go to a patch, and let's say we do that. 402 payment required. What? Telling the hackers they gotta pay. Says congratulations, you successfully wasted a few seconds of your life. Aw, that sucks.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
All right, let's continue. So it's pretty cool, actually. It is pretty cool. It's fun. And imagine you have this deployed out in the wild, and it's just you make it easily accessible, and then now somebody like people are trying to hack it and stuff like that. You're just watching to see all the different things that they're trying to hack. So let's say all right, what is a use case for this? In my mind, just looking at this right now, what is a use case? So let's say you have this out in the wild. Let's say you're building an API, right? And you want to see how hackers might try to infiltrate. Maybe you deploy this and you just watch what happens and the different random requests that are being sent, and you use that to maybe use that information to possibly fortify your real application. I don't know, just thinking. Um, I would probably randomize this admin contact as well. Maybe like um, Jack, Jack Bauer at 24.com as an admin, and then just totally randomize that. We can actually build on this. Maybe I'll add that to a list of things that we can do to make it like even more random. Let's see. Let's do another one. Boats. Let's see. This endpoint is powered by black holes. No data will ever escape. Wow. Powered by a hamster wheel, by a hamster on a wheel. Um, X philosophy, existential crisis every hour, and X pizza header pineapple goes here. Let's see. X runtime slower than your grandma's dial up. What? Take it back. Take it back. All right. Let's see. X surprise feature. It's not a bug. It's a feature. It's a feature. Let's see. That's pretty funny. That's pretty funny. That's pretty cool. I mean, Jesus Christ. Let me see. Let's try a head option, and let's go with 408 timeout. And I think this is all part of it, right? Let's try it again and see. 416 request range not satisfiable. I guess head doesn't come back with any content. So let's go with options. I never used options before. 451 unavailable for legal reasons. Data leakage detected. Just kidding.
Lunch break. Lunch break.
Let's do one more. 206 partial content. Oops, this endpoint is powered by good intentions and bad coding. Funny. Anyways, that's all. I just wanted to play with that for today. Cool stuff. Always like to go and review the different repos that Don sends me, just to have some fun, you know. So yeah, let's go back to full screen. We're gonna wrap up. Let me check the chat real quick before we wrap up and get out of here for this Monday. Remember, we have Candid Conversations coming out at noon today, and then tomorrow we're gonna be going live with Q&A. Let me see what we got going on over here. I skipped over Mitch's chat. So Mitch says, I saw the Porch Cat segment. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought about that. Was I off or what? Let me know what you thought. Says, you trying to distract by playing music or showing Baby Ralph on screen, but I'm done with that life. I'm peaceful. You know what, Mitch? Welcome to the peaceful life. Welcome to happiness and bliss forever. Shout out to my guy, Mitch. Let me see. Yeah, your car said get rid of the endpoints. Yeah, I'll probably make some modifications to it. Let's see. Cool. Well, I guess that's it for today. I guess that is it for today. Yeah, like I said earlier, we are going to, and Mitch, let me know what you thought. Let me know. And Mitch, did you see the videos I was telling you about yesterday about some of the video like reacting to the videos about like the whole Afrotech thing? Let me know what you thought about that as well, because I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna be caught dead. In Houston as well. No sirree, Bob. No sirree, Bob. Mitch says, I got what you meant, but I see why people go to those things. I guess there could be dual purposes, right? I guess there could be dual purposes. Anyways, we're going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We'll keep this conversation going in the chat at noon today, and then we'll get back tomorrow night where we're going to be doing Q&A. So check me out over there. But with that being said, this is Tech Coach Ralph with another episode. Mitch says, Houston is the new spot. Houston is the new spot. But like I was saying, out of here. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Looking forward to talking with you guys during the week. This is Tech Coach Ralph. We are out.
Tech Coach Ralph, tough as nails, no disguise. Pushing limits, yeah, he's that kind of guy. At first it's harsh, the rules feel like chains. But trust the process, there's sunshine in the rains. He cracks the whip, but it's all in love. Results shining bright like stars above. Tech Coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. Days turn to weeks, skills sharp and fast. What once was a struggle now feels like a blast. Step by step, we rise and we glow. With Ralph in our corner, we're ready to show. Singing his praises, can't keep it inside. From hard ass to hero, he's our pride. Tech Coach Ralph, you light the way. Through sweat and tears, you help us play. With every lesson, we find our might. From morning grind to the stars at night. So here's to Ralph, the coach we need in this game of growth. He plants the seed.